Whoa. Ah. Footprints which are not mine. Food? The sun is only just coming up. See that island in the background over there? That's where we're heading. Very remote. It's a pretty nasty set of teeth on them. Look at that. You can hear voices. You can actually eat that. Patiently waiting. What is going on, my doggies? Welcome back to another video. Buckle up because this one is going to be incredible. See that little boat in the background over there? That is our last way we're gonna get off this island, and he is disappearing. We're not gonna see any faces or humans for the next 3 days. I've just been dropped off on this tiny little island in Indonesia. We've got a backpack, we've got a fishing rod, that is it. No water, no food, no fire. We're gonna see if we can survive on this tiny little island in Indonesia for the next 3 days. I've been here for no more than 5 minutes, and this is one of the most beautiful islands I've ever stepped foot on. You wanna see this place? Look at this place. There are millions of coconuts. Every single one of these trees is loaded with coconuts. There is very, very little rubbish washed up on this beach, which is a beautiful change from the recent episodes we've been filming. The one problem is that they've had a lot of rain on this island. All the wood is wet, all the materials are wet. I can tell you right now, starting a fire on this island is going to be an issue. Wow, this is very dense. This is a very thick jungle. You can see here how moist the ground is. There's a bottle. We're just going to be going around seeing if these bottles have any liquid inside them, like drinking water. There's a pop me container there. The first thing I've eaten in the entire day. We've got a beautiful little bit of coconut meat here. Took me 4.5 hours on a boat to get to the exact point that we are right now. We're here for the next 3 days. Like I said, we've got no food. That is a treat. It's bloody delicious. Gonna leave that coconut husk up in a tree in the sunlight. This could come in handy a little bit later on. It is a bit damp. It's not 100% dry, but we'll leave that there for the rest of the day. That could turn nice and dry. That could be our tinder to start a fire a little bit later on. Well, that didn't take long before we're forced to come back inside the mosquito jungle. We come to a point on that beach where the water got very deep very quickly, and you can't actually walk around that corner of the island. So these are the only clothes I've got. I don't really want to get them soaking wet before we're going to be sleeping in a tent. So we're forced to come back in and try to dogleg around that section of the water. But what I've done is I've just sort of found this track in the middle of the bush. I'm not sure what this track's used for. Obviously there's local people who come from the surrounding islands onto this island, but there's a lot of empty coconut carcasses. You can see here, there's lots of random piles of coconuts. Like here, But we're walking through this jungle trying to get to the other side of the island so I can find somewhere to set up this tent. What is this? Food? Oh, it's hard. No idea. Never seen that before on an island in Indonesia ever before. We're not going to take a risk. Okay, we've been on a mission. I reckon we found a place that we're going to call home for the next couple of days. This is an amazing, amazing little spot. We've got a little bit of clearing to do, a little bit of housekeeping, but once we get this place done, it's going to be amazing. Sunset's right there. It's going to be an amazing sunset. Okay. All right, we've got a pretty amazing little spot here. It's nice and flat. It's very, very sandy. This is probably one of the best spots I've found. We walk around the island for quite a while. This is a beautiful little, we're just tucked away into the bush here. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Obviously, we're going to be sleeping in a tent in this episode. These uninhabited islands are just full of mosquitoes. And if you know what dengue fever is, you get a fever which is transmitted by mosquitoes. And these islands, sometimes they hold a thing called dengue fever. You do not want to be getting bitten by a mosquito out here. Dengue fever can end you up in hospital. It's not fun. All right, if you guys watched the last episode, this tent was actually destroyed by a falling tree while I was inside the tent. And this is the carnage here. This is actually broken. I've tried to hold it together with a little bit of sports tape, but it ain't gonna work. It's still snapping there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this rope. We tied off this palm branch, and this is just going to support the tent up. There we go, that'll do it. All right, what have we got on this adventure? We've got a raincoat. I brought myself a little pot and pan so we can boil water, we can cook fish, we can cook shells or something. Coffee cup. We've got a Leatherman with a flint on the side. We've got one headlight or a torch. A box of camera batteries, always you need your bloody batteries to keep filming the adventure, and a blow up pillow. That is absolutely everything we have on this trip, and a pair of scissors that are stuck to the inside of the bag. But that is everything we have out here on this adventure for the next 3 days. Absolutely no food, absolutely no water. Let's go see if we can't find a couple of coconuts, hydrate, and we're gonna explore this island a little bit more. Oh, well, this is the question. Up there are hundreds and hundreds of coconuts. The problem is they're like 50 meters up in the sky. They are massive. We aren't gonna find any stick big enough to poke them down. They're huge. Hear that? That is the sound of liquid. Just found this coconut on the ground. It's been sitting on the ground for quite a while. I'm gonna rip into this one and see how we go. There it is. That is a rotten coconut. Smell that. Look at the color of the liquid. Smell that. That's foul. Hear that? That's liquid. It's a very, very old coconut I've just found washed up on here. Anything will do right now. Oh, it's not easy to get into these bloody coconuts. One thing that it's great to have out here is a very, very good quality knife. This knife, if you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a while, would know that I've had this knife for about 5 years. Ever since we started this YouTube channel, I have given it an absolute flogging. and it is still as good as it was the day I got it. Have a look at it. We get a lot of questions online about what kind of knife it is. Where did I get it from? To be honest, I have no idea. It's got an eagle imprinted on the top of it here, and that's all I know about it. I've been trying to find them again. I've been trying to actually get my hands on a couple of them because they're just incredible blades. All right, here we go. There we go, look at this. It's all right, we've got a little bit of liquid there. There's not much. There's definitely not enough liquid to get me through the afternoon and tonight, but that is the first coconut that's drinkable in a long time. Oh, it actually doesn't taste good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, that's off. Oh my God, my throat's choking up. That's not a good coconut, bro. Look at my eyes. My eyes are fully watering. I nearly spewed then. I just washed my mouth out with salt water because that is one of the most foul tasting things I've put in my mouth in a while. Now I'm even more thirsty. That salt water has just sucked every little bit of liquid out of my mouth. Look at this. Toothpaste. I'm not sure if that's fresh water or not, but there's a bottle of water, there's toothpaste, and there's these footprints which are not mine. So somebody's obviously come up on this beach. Obviously it might have been a fisherman who's come up here, slept in the bush, I'm not too sure, but there's no toothbrush to be seen. It's fresh water. That's a bottle of fresh water, bro. Fresh water and toothpaste. What the hell? I'm taking that with me. I'm gonna make sure I boil it for a long time, kill all the shit in it, and then that'll be drinkable water. That is fresh water right there. Check this out. This is a sight for sore eyes. There's a little palm coming off. It's growing on an angle, and it's got these tiny little coconuts. Let's see if that's got liquid in it. Oh, it's got water inside. Look at this. It's got water inside it, dude. That is a little coconut bomb right there. Fresh coconut juice. This is gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be off. Look at that. It's a little bit salty because it's a super young coconut, but dude, that's incredible. There's a couple more on that tree. I'm going to take them off. One and two. So we've got 3 coconuts off that little low-hanging tree. These things are just going to be a little treat. The first one I had was quite salty, but the first one I had was the small one. So we've got 2 very young coconuts. Here we've got 2 extremely old coconuts, and we've got a bottle of someone's brushing teeth water. So we've got a little bit of liquid. I'm going to rip into these now. I'm not sure if you're going to pick this up in the camera, but if you look very closely, there is like 1,000 mosquitoes around me at the moment. Look at this. There are swarms of mosquitoes. Look at this one here. Look at them all. Bro, there are millions of them. The coconut, it's a tiny little coconut inside that shell, and it's rock hard. There's gonna be a tiny bit of liquid in it. We'll crack her open and have a look. That's water. This time we'll have a sniff before we have a drink. Oh, that's better. That's a coconut. That is liquid. Oh, that's amazing. All right, we've had a little bit of a hydration. Now we're going fishing. I'm excited to get a rod in the water. I've been looking at this island for a long time. You guys ask me a lot in the comment sections and a lot on Instagram. Instagram handle's right there if you guys want to go and follow the daily adventures. But you guys ask me a lot, how do I actually find these islands that I get dropped off on? I legitimately just go straight onto Google Maps. I find an island and I figure out a way to get there. That's basically what I do to get on these islands. Well, we got a fish on here. Look at the size of it. That's about the 3rd cast or 4th cast. Oh, don't spike me. We've got a beautiful little trevally here. He's tiny. I'm gonna put him back. He's beautiful, look at him. All right, buddy, you're going back. You're a little bit too small for dinner. See you, mate. A couple of them, you'd get a feed, but I'm sure we'll get something bigger and better. It's only day 1 anyway. Pa! Bah! Oh, that was a knock straight away, dude. Pa! Pooh! Sa! Dude, is that a fish? What is going on? I think we just got a fish and it went under a rock, bro. What is going on here? What is going on? Oh, we've got some other fishing line here. Someone else's fishing line's in the water. Oh, there he is. There he is. Look at the noodle rod, bro. Oh, he's coming towards me. Oh, that's a long tom and a half, boy. Look at this thing. Out of all the fish in the sea, we catch a bloody long tom. Look at the size of him. He's a good fish. He's a big pig. Those teeth, little bait fish destroyers. Look at that. Obviously not the fish we're going for. I definitely do not want a long tom. We've got time to be picky. We're here for another 2 or 3 days, so see you later. I don't want to eat you. Pa! Pooh! Faga! Fa! Oh, there he is. There he is. I knew he was going to eat that just as a matter of time. Oh, it's one of these stinking fish again. It's not what I want, bro. See you later, champion. We've got a couple of fish, but nothing I'm gonna be eating for dinner. I'm not eating a 1-star fish on the first night on this island. It's not happening. I'll go hungry for the first night. Tomorrow we'll fish hard, see if we can't get a good fish on the deck. If not, we're just gonna have to eat those mud fish that we're catching out there. If you guys don't know those fish that we're catching, especially that long tom, they're not known as a great eating fish. Fun to catch, but they taste like shit. I'll eat it if I have to, but we don't have to right now. Name a better way to spend an afternoon. I'll sit here and wait because you can't. This is probably one of the best things you can do in life. Eating, drinking real food, watching a sunset, sleeping in a tent. All I can hear is birds, bugs and mosquitoes. It's amazing. Nothing better than doing this. It's the best thing in the world. Well, we've got about 10 minutes of sunlight left and it is going to be pitch black out here. That's home for the night. The tent is set up. We're good to go. 10 minutes of light, it's going to be dark. As soon as it becomes dark, the mozzies are just going to take over. I can tell how bad the mosquitoes are going to be out here on this island. So, look, that's it for me, doggies. That's day 1 done and dusted. I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to soak up this sunset. I don't really get to enjoy these sunsets when I've got a camera in my hand all the time. So, I'm going to sit back and enjoy that. But anyway, see you in the morning. We're going to kick a fire in the ass, have a barista session. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. All right, see you in the morning. You've got to be bloody kidding me. This thing is scratching at my tent. Massive hermit crab. Sitting here and it's like scratching. Don't even try to get in, bro. 10:30 at night, I was actually asleep. And this thing's just scratching on here. Go away. We've got a little bit of a fire going on down here. And good bloody morning to you. That was a mission. Look at the sweat peeling off my face. I'm sweating bullets at the moment. That took me about 40 minutes to get started. Problem that we've got is all the little sticks around here are covered in salt. And that coconut husk that we had yesterday wasn't 100% dry, so that did take a bit of an effort to get a fire going. But look, we've got toothpaste water. We've got a nice little fire going now. We'll boil this water up. If you ever find yourself out on one of these islands, or you're just doing a camping adventure, or whatever it might be, you want to start your fire inside the coconut husk. You don't want to be putting your materials down on the ground. This ground, although it hasn't rained, it's still quite damp. Like the humidity on these islands is like 100%. It's like 90% humidity out here. It's ridiculously, like I'm just a sweaty mess. The whole night's sleep was a sweaty mess. You don't really want to contaminate your materials with that wet soil. So if you start it inside a coconut husk, it just gives you that little bit of a barrier between the wet ground and your materials. It's going to make starting a fire out here a whole lot easier. Well, last night definitely wasn't the greatest night's sleep. You really can't sleep in these environments. Like, it's so humid. This shirt that I'm wearing at the moment is just soaking wet. You can't take the shirt off when you're sleeping in a tent like this, purely because you just stick to the bottom. I got probably a few hours of sleep, but nothing crazy. Crazy thing is though, last night, as you get these weird winds that come over, and as these winds sort of blow over, it blows the coconut. You can hear the coconut trees moving, and then you hear the old coconuts going, boom. Boom! They hit the ground with a thud, bro, like a solid thud. So there's probably a couple of old coconuts on the inside of the island which fell off trees. I would have heard at least 6 or 7 of them last night. So while I'm waiting for my coffee to cool down, because it is scoldering hot at the moment, sometimes it's a good idea when you're out here doing these little adventures, just to be prepared. This wood, obviously, it took a fair while to get a fire going this morning, which means that wood's been affected by the salt. It's a little bit damp. this fire is not going to ignite again. It needs oxygen to keep going, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just laying sticks on top of the hot coals. You can see it's smoking. There's still a little bit of heat being penetrated from this fire. What we're doing is we're just drying out wood for this afternoon. You could put it in the sun, but the quickest way to dry it out would just be sit it here on top of this fire, and the heat coming up is just going to slowly dry that wood out. It's just, after doing this stuff for years and years, you learn preparation is key. Oh, that's it. We're going to officially say it. Good bloody morning to you. Welcome to day 2 of camping on this little island. That coffee, you know today's going to be a good day when you have a coffee like this. Bah! 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 What a bloody surprise. We have found ourselves deep in the mosquito jungle once again. I'm coming into this jungle for a couple of reasons. One is we're going to try to find something that's really probably going to get us a hell feed. And two, I want to show you guys something on these islands, something that could potentially save your life one day. All right, this is what I'm looking for. This is a big, dead, decaying tree in the middle of this forest, or the middle of this jungle, should I say. And this is sort of what I'm looking for. I'm gonna pull this apart. What we're looking at the moment, there's a crab there. But what I'm looking for are some big dirty earthworms. That crab here. There we go. There's our first bug for bait. Looks like what you'd probably call back home in Australia like some form of a widgety grub. We're gonna grab him. Take the lid off this plastic bottle here. We're just gonna chuck that grub inside this bottle. Hopefully I can fill this bottle up with copious amounts of fishing bait. But ideally what I'm looking for is a big dirty earthworm, a couple of big thick stinking earthworms. We've got 2 more of these widgety grub looking things here. They've got a pretty nasty set of teeth on them, but there's another 2. I haven't seen any worms. They'll go straight in the bottle. There we go. That is our first worm. It's not the biggest worm in the world, but I'm taking it. It's the first worm we found under this log. Get him in there. Look at that thing. That is the carcass of some busted ass bug. It almost looks like a cicada, but it's not a cicada. He sort of like shedded his shell. He's just left his shell behind on this upside turned leaf. There are so many bugs, mosquitoes, ants, spiders, crabs in here. It's crazy. It's definitely a thick jungle. Lots of crazy crabs. Definitely use them for bait. Little crabs like this, that is a perfect bit of bait. Uh-oh, where did he go? Straight down that hole. Oh, there he is there. Gone. There we go. There's a little crab. Chuck him in the bucket. Whoa! Look at that. All those white dots in there are ant larvae. You can actually eat that. If you were really starving, you really badly needed protein, you'd be a mad dog, find that ant larvae nest and you could eat all that ant larvae. It's actually edible and it is a source of protein, but I ain't that desperate. Yes. Oh, bro, look at the size of that bloody thing. That is a giant hermit crab, bro. Look at the size of that. You're kidding. That's fishing bait, bro. I'm sorry, Mr. Hermit Crab, I really am, but you are gonna be fishing bait. That is ideal, bro. We're gonna get a lot of meat off that. Bro. Look at the size of these fish here. Holy shit. Dude. Here we go. It's right in his path. He's gonna swim straight on top of that. Come on, eat it. What? It's right there, dude. Yo, this is so hectic. There's actually a fair few fish out there. They're coming straight in on that little bit of bait. The problem is that those whiting, I'm pretty 100% sure they're whiting, man. I can see them at my feet. They're just swimming around the bait. They don't seem like they're interested in the bait. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chuck on one of these crabs because it's probably the most natural food source for them. So I'm gonna bang out one of these little crabs, cut him in half. We'll chuck out half a crab and see how we go with half a crab. Bro, look at that. It's gonna get smashed. Oh! That was hectic. Nearly had one. That was a long tom. We don't want long tom. I'm gonna chuck one of these grubs on and see how we go with one of these grubs. Look at that grub. Let's go again. This is a game of patience. We're down to the last little bit of bait. We've got 3 little bits of bait left. We've got like a tiny little worm, and we've got 2 crabs, and we've got a slug. I don't know if that slug's gonna do any good, but I got him in the bucket anyway. But I've been doing absolute rounds trying to get one of these fish. They will not eat for the life of me. I don't know what's going on. Also, we're not on this island alone anymore. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Listen. There's a chainsaw, bro. I'm pretty sure on the other side of the island, like a local fishing boat rocked up and they're cutting a tree down or they're doing something over there. You can hear voices. So I'm just gonna sort of stay on this side of the island until they take off. There are quite a few fishing boats that are moving around out here. So I'm just gonna sort of keep to myself on this side, sort of keep quiet. I don't really want anyone to know I'm here. So we'll just keep quiet, but you can hear them cutting a tree down on the other side of the island. It must be local fishermen or something, but dude, I'm telling you right now, trying to get a feed on this island is an absolute slog. You've got to be kidding me. Out of all the fish in the ocean, and we got a stinking leather jacket. I'm not doing it. I can't eat that. Although it looks beautiful, look at the colors in him. I'm not doing it. I'm not eating a leather jacket. This is very hard. Well, I don't know what's going on with these islands, these remote islands in Indonesia, but if you guys watched that last episode, I was struggling to get fish. This island here is so remote, it's so hard to get to, yet the fishing, it's like fishing in a fish tank with no fish in it. I'm actually starting to get pretty hungry. You know what? The sound of a long tom over the fire all of a sudden doesn't sound so bad. I'm gonna send it to the other side of the island and see if we can't get something over there, because that was an absolute waste of time. What I wanted to show you guys before when I said something will save your life out here on these islands. Just about every single island here in Indonesia has fresh water on it, and you can definitely find it. 99% of the time you'll find fresh water. All you need to do is dig for it. So you can see this island here, very, very dense, very, very green island. You will eventually hit fresh water. 99% of the islands around here have fresh water on them. So if you're ever stuck on an island and shit hits the fan, find a low bit of the ground, start digging a hole. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera or not, but there is a perfect 1 foot left-hand wave that just rips in here. Like it's a perfect little left-hander. Look at it, it's still going, bro. I don't know if I've just found a secret wave or not, but that is, I would love to come back here in a big swell. This left hand, look at it, dude, it's perfect. All right, we've got a fish on. I'm trying to keep it high because it's very shallow reef out there. What do we got? That's dinner. I'm eating it. I'm eating it. The way we're going, we're getting nothing else. I'm keeping it. Oh my God, do not lose that fish, bro. I'm keeping it. Look at that. That is a beautiful fish. I'm gonna put him down here in nature's esky. It's bloody hot out here, there's not a breath of wind. But just remember, where we've got that fish. There we go, it's one fish on the deck. It's definitely not the biggest fish in the world, but we're not going hungry. That's a fish. Fish on, fish on. What have we got? Same fish. Look at that thing, that's two of the same breed. I'm keeping it. Here we go. Here we go. What are you? Same fish again. A little bit bigger. He's going in the bag, dude. He's going in the bag. Literally second cast after we got that last fish, we've got another one on. I'm guessing it's going to be the same breed. I must be correct. It is the same fish. That's 4 fish, bro. That's 4. I'm keeping this one as well. We're going to have a feast. Well, it's safe to say we are not going hungry. We've got a couple of fish here. These things are actually not bad eating. They're pretty good eating if you can get a couple. We've got 4, which is, it's food, man. It's enough to fill me up, that's for sure. That is bloody beautiful. That is bloody beautiful. We've got 4 fish. I'm necking a coconut. It is stinking hot out here, bro. I'm like sweating my ass out. I've got something actually inside my foot. I'll show you guys that a bit later on, but I've got like a bit of coral or a bit of wood in my foot. I think I'm just gonna kick back and relax for the next hour or two. Alright, so what we've done here, that is a pot of salt water. So that pot is full of salt water. I'm going to bring that salt water to the boil. I've put tent pegs inside the fire. You guys know, if you're an OG subscriber, tent pegs is one of the greatest way to cook on a fire. You can regulate your heat by bringing the tent pegs up, by bringing the tent pegs down. Also, it gives the fire a whole lot of oxygen to breathe, and you can feed sticks like this underneath your little billy or your frying pan, and you can keep that fire going again and again and again. It's going to come right in behind that petrol fin there. take the head off the fish. Put the head to the side. I'm gonna take the guts out of these fish. Just like that. We've got a beautiful clean fish. Scaled, cleaned, guts are out, heads off, gills are gone. We're gonna get rid of that little tail because we don't need him. Gone. We're gonna cut that in half. And just like this, we have 2 halves of fish. That's exactly what we're doing. Nothing special, but it's a really good way to eat fish and you have minimal wastage. We've got 2 halves of a fish and we've got a fish head. I'm gonna do that to all the fish we've got down here. All right, we've got our tray of fish. It's clean, it's fresh, it is incredibly bloody beautiful. How's this going in here? That's gonna be actually hot enough. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna be boiling or broiling this fish. So we're just gonna grab these fish fillets or these fish chunks and we're just gonna be dropping them into that hot water. It's a very nice way of cooking fish and you don't have any wastage. We'll just do 3 at a time. We'll bang that lid on. That's gonna take no time to cook. All right, we've got ourselves a beautiful little palm frond plate. That's gonna sit right there. We take off our first round of fish. Look how white. This is a really good way to eat fish. See what I mean about that? Absolutely no wastage. Oh, it looks delicious. Chuck on the next round. Oh, I think I've left the cooking a little bit late tonight, doggies. The mosquitoes are out to play. They are thick. We should have started cooking an hour earlier, but there we go, look at that. Lid back on. Boy, I reckon next time I come and do one of these adventures on one of these epic islands, there's probably going to be time to get the spear gun back out. I wouldn't mind going out there on the back of that reef for a spearfish. There'd be some big fish out there. I think in future episodes I might start bringing spear guns and even maybe a surfboard with me, because that little wave out there, today it was like 1 foot. If it was another 2 foot bigger, that would actually be a pumping left-hander. Might start bringing a little bit more gear with me on these adventures. I do like to challenge myself and go as hard as I can, but at the same time, that little wave has just got me little doodle dancing in my pants. Like, it looks super fun. But anyway, right there is a piece of fresh fish meat. Look at that. So, nom, 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 nom. Oh, bro. It's salty. It's cooked well. That is absolutely bloody delicious. Bro, look at that. That is as fresh as it gets. It just peels off the skin perfect. Oh, bro. Little salty kiss to it. Huh. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy. Round 2. Coming up. Oh, look at this thing. You see that oil on top of the water there? That stuff is so bloody good for you. That's just straight up fish oil. I haven't added that into the water. That's just fish oil. That's like all your omega-3s. I'm gonna drink that water afterwards. Last one goes down there. And then what we got left, these fish heads. These fish heads are gonna go in. We got one more piece of meat. He's going in. Just like that. Lid back on. Boom. Bro, we're eating good. And it's getting extremely dark. Look at that meat. You have no idea how long I've waited to eat food like this. I kind of prefer cooking fish this way. I'd rather cook a fish like this than stick it straight on the coals, because this salt water, it's cooked in 100% salt water. It is delicious. It's soft, it's salty, it's everything you could ask for. Look at that, bro. Come on, man. Well, as you can see, I've destroyed whatever fish we had on here. That was delicious. And this is gonna be done. So you can see that oil. That's the oil I'm talking about. That's precious, man. That's gonna be absolutely bloody beautiful. We'll take this off. She's gonna be hot. We'll just rest that there. Patiently waiting for that bloody fish broth to cool down so I can slowly sip on it. But we are sitting inside the tent. I don't know if you can see the beads of sweat coming off my face at the moment, but it is hot. It's humid, it's hot. It's gonna be another shit night's sleep, but at least we're not getting chewed by mozzies, man. All right, see you in the morning. Day 3. Day 3 is upon us. All right, see you in the morning, y'all. Oh. There we go. Come on. Well, good morning, doggies. It is day 3 on this little island, and everything around this island is covered in dew this morning. We actually had quite a nice night. Oh, there she goes. That's it. Hard to get this fire going. Everything's covered in dew. Last night was a little bit cooler than the night before, which was amazing, but crazy sounds. The bats in the trees, didn't hear that the night before, and falling coconuts once again was an issue, but we're here. The sun is only just coming up. I got up at dark, started this fire. Look at this, we've got a little bit of a sunrise going on in the background. Well, before we have a coffee, we may as well hydrate with a bit of a coconut. These coconuts are basically what I've been living off this entire trip. They're not the greatest coconuts to be drinking, but they are still full of liquid. This is the coconuts that have been falling out of the trees at night time. What I'm doing is I'm just punching a tiny little hole in the top. You got to make 2 holes, one for a drinking hole. The other one serves as like a breather hole. And not a bad little bit of liquid. There's nothing like a coconut in the morning. There's really nothing like a coffee in the morning, sitting around a fire with views like this. Like, you can't beat this. This beats the rat race any day of the week. Look at this. It's actually a paradise out here. Oh, that is a damn fine cup of coffee. Look at this thing, dude. Look at that. Look at that. That's breakfast. Oh, that's hot. I really would have thought that the fishing on these islands would be so much better than what it is. We had to work to get those 4 fish yesterday. Those fish that we caught yesterday come under the category of something called like a squirrel fish. There's 100 million different sort of fish like that out there, but I'm pretty sure they come under like a squirrel fish family. They're actually delicious. Like, they were beautiful fish, but what I was chasing was like a nice bluefin trevally or something along those lines. I don't know, this is like a beautiful island. It took a lot of time to get here, and you'd think the fishing would be amazing, but we had to work for it, that's for sure. I think in the upcoming episodes, what I might do, let me know if you guys want me to do this in the comment section. Bring a spear gun out, or you know, maybe I'll start traveling with spear guns and surfboards and really start to live this fully blown ocean life, because that little wave out there looks like it would pump if there was a bit more swell. And if we had a spear gun, I reckon it would absolutely kill the pig out here. Let me know. That was the breakfast of all time. Coffee and coconut meat. You literally can't beat a breakfast like that. Coffee and coconut meat. I smashed the back out of that cup of coffee. I'd murder another one if I had the chance. But look, we're back in the mosquito jungle. I am heading back across the island to the pickup point where the boat's going to pick me up. I've actually still got a couple of hours up my sleeve this morning, so I'm just going to go kick back, have a swim, wash all of my stuff, and wait for the boat to pick me up. But doggies, that was a bloody fun little episode. 3 days camping on this little island. I love doing these kind of adventures. I love bringing you guys with me. If you want to see more, make sure you bang the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, because I've got a heap more little islands I want to explore, and I want to bring you guys with me on the adventures. Field Days on Instagram. This is the link here. And if you guys want to get your merch, fielddaysshop.com, go check that out. We've got these fishing jerseys are coming back in stock. The noodle rod, which I've been fishing with in this episode, is also going to be restocked very, very soon. Big things are coming. All right, my doggies, thank you so much for watching this episode. I love you guys. Be good, and I'll see you in the next one. Ow! Fuck. Oh, get me out of here, dude. We've got a fishing lure stuck in a tree, and I am aborting the inland mission. The mosquitoes in here are like nothing you've ever seen. Walk straight through a cobweb as well. Oh, this fishing rod's all tangled up. Oh, what a great start to the video, eh? Now I've got a hook in my finger. Holy smokes, the mosquitoes are bad, dude. Get me back to the water. Can't even get through here, man. F***ing mosquito. You have no idea how bad these f***ing mosquitoes are in here. Bro, that coconut actually tastes like a dog's me. What are you looking at? Losing my f***ing marbles out here, bro. Ready? Watch this. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Nothing. Absolutely f***ing nothing. Standard procedure. Are you f***ing serious? Are you actually f***ing serious? This is frustrating. Go on. F***'s sake. This fish is actually f***ing delicious. Wait, it's f***ing delicious, man. I'm really enjoying this. It's really, really yummy. Oh well, why the f*** would you start with, no, you're a f***ing kid. Just speak normally, kid. Are you there? Are you there? You, man. It's f***ing hot in here. Are you there? Cooked. Open up. Well, I smashed the back out of that cup of coffee. You're a dickhead. Just speak English. Seriously, or just f***ing stop filming for YouTube. Just f***ing stop it. I can't even speak English. I can't even do